got shit to say. Like, they keep saying shit about you, though, on bees.
I'm at the bank.
Why would you say that, bro?
Well, they need to get off your top.
Brace yourself, because what I'm about to say makes the Kardashians look like a family that actually minds their business. A leaked scandal just detonated on the internet so hard, even the FBI Wi-Fi probably lagged. Chrisean Rock, the queen of chaos, the empress of unpredictable plot twists. The Walking season finale is now tangled in a mess so insane it makes her old drama look like preschool nap time. Because apparently, her 19-year-old husband, yes, 19, didn't just enter her life. He allegedly trapped her inside a full-blown bank fraud circus. Not a slip-up. Not a misunderstanding. A whole fraudulent fiesta with money flying, accounts freezing, and police sirens warming up like they're stretching before a marathon. And now, cops are on Chrisean's neck, like they're trying to win a most persistent award. This isn't drama. This is a crime documentary trying to escape from Netflix and run straight onto your screen, so buckle up, cause the details in this story will punch your brain harder than Blueface punches out tweets. What happened? How deep is the mess? And why does this feel like a plotline rejected from Power for being too chaotic? Grab your popcorn, it's about to get dangerous. The moment this scandal leaked, the entire internet collectively screamed, "What?" So loud TikTok servers probably shook, because nobody, and I mean nobody, expected Chrisean Rock's life to take a left turn into financial crime territory. This is the same woman who body-slammed reality TV, bulldozed social media, and turned chaos into a personality trait, but bank fraud. That's a new level of storyline even Zeus Network writers would say is a bit much. It all started with a whisper online. One tiny rumor. One suspicious post. One anonymous screenshot dropped at 3 a.m. like a digital smoke bomb. A single sentence: Chrisean's 19-year-old husband did something wild with her bank. Just like that, the internet went into cardiac arrest. People were scrambling for details like they were searching for the last Popeye's chicken sandwich. Twitter detectives put on their imaginary badges. TikTok commentators grabbed ring lights like they were going to war. And YouTube drama channels booked thumbnail photo shoots before knowing what actually happened. And when the truth started unfolding, it hit harder than Blueface's ego after seeing Chrisean trend without him. Allegedly, because we love a good allegedly for legal seasoning. Chrisean's teenage husband, fresh out of high school emotional maturity, somehow got involved in a banking scheme dirtier than a motel bathtub. Not just a simple oopsie moment like accidentally overdrafting $12 on DoorDash. No, this was a whole grown man fraud setup like he thought he was starring in Snowfall, Baby Edition. Multiple accounts. Suspicious transfers. A trail of digital fingerprints sloppier than a toddler finger painting. And the cherry on top. He allegedly used Chrisean's name, Chrisean's info, and Chrisean's trust like they were bonus points in a video game. Now here's where the plot twists like a yoga instructor. According to people close to the situation, and by close, I mean messy cousins, ex-friends, neighbors with binoculars, and random internet strangers who talk like they have FBI clearance, Chrisean didn't know anything. She genuinely believed her new young husband was just young and sweet and supportive. She thought he was playing video games, not playing with felony charges. But the money movement didn't lie. The numbers started bouncing around like they were on a trampoline. Banks noticed. Algorithms snitched. Systems flagged more red alerts than a Call of Duty war zone, and before Chrisean could even blink between Instagram stories, whispers turned into full-blown digital earthquakes. That's when screenshots leaked. Those blurry, half-cut, overly zoomed images that somehow look official enough to send the whole world into chaos. Claims that accounts tied to her name were used in ways that scream. Somebody watched too much. YouTube scam content at 3 a.m. and took notes. And as the internet kept poking its nose deeper, people started connecting dots that maybe, just maybe, the 19-year-old didn't just accidentally drag Chrisean into trouble. No, the narrative pushing forward is far more dramatic. He allegedly trapped her, manipulated her, used her fame like a piggy bank with eyelashes, slid into her life with puppy dog charm and left with passwords. And because drama never walks alone, the authorities allegedly started peeking around, asking questions, checking documents, verifying identities, the usual, hey, we might need to talk to you type of knock on the door that makes your soul leave your body for a moment. Suddenly Chrisean, who thought she was in a fairy tale romance with a younger man, wakes up in what looks suspiciously like a budget remake of Ozark. She thought she had a boyfriend-husband hybrid. Instead, she allegedly ended up with a walking indictment wearing Nike Tech fleece. People around her started panicking. Family members were asking what was going on. Fans were screaming, "Girl, nitrogen monoxide," in the comments like it was a group intervention. Even Blueface, lurking somewhere in the digital shadows, probably smirked like a villain hearing plot development he didn't cause for once. But here's where the tension skyrockets. The authorities don't care about Instagram lives or celebrity drama. They don't care if Chrisean was clueless or just too in love to see the red flags waving like parade banners. The law wants numbers, facts, receipts. And right now, those receipts have her name plastered all over them like a sales sticker at Walmart. Imagine waking up one day expecting breakfast and instead getting legal letters. Imagine thinking your husband is planning date nights when he might have been planning deposits. Imagine trying to do your edges while also trying to understand why grown officials are saying your name with sentences like involved with and under review. This is the type of chaos that doesn't just hit, it detonates. As the scandal gained momentum, fans became full-time investigators with zero credentials. Everyone swore they had inside info. Someone's cousin's friend's sister said she saw messages. Someone else said they knew somebody from the bank. Everyone was talking like they were behind the scenes of the FBI, except they were sitting at home eating flamin' hot Cheetos. But the juiciest part? The rumor that the 19-year-old husband allegedly planned this. Like a strategy. Like he saw Chrisean's success and said, "Yup, that's my retirement plan." People started painting him as a mastermind, the dollar store version of a criminal genius using charm, youth, and vulnerability to slide into her life and then right into her finances. Whether he's actually a mastermind or just a kid who made the worst decisions known to mankind is still up for debate. But the narrative rolling across the internet is bold, dramatic, and dripping with messiers. He didn't just drag her into fraud, he boxed her in. And while Chrisean tried to play it cool online, posting stories and acting normal, insiders say she's scrambling behind the scenes, making calls, getting explanations, asking him questions like, "Why is my bank calling like I owe them my firstborn child? Why are authorities mentioning your name louder than mine? Why does every financial system in America suddenly know who I am?" This mess isn't just a scandal, it's a multi-layered disaster dipped in confusion and sprinkled with panic. And the public, oh, they are living for this. Laughing, gasping, theorizing, stitching videos like they're building a crime board. Memes are flying. Irrational opinions are soaring. And everyone is waiting to see what happens next, like it's the Super Bowl of bad decisions. Chrisean, for maybe the first time ever, isn't being loud. She's quiet, watching, processing. Because this isn't petty relationship drama. This isn't internet beef. This is real, legal, serious, and allegedly tied directly to the young man she trusted. And that's the twisted beauty of this scandal. It's not just messy, it's personal, it's complicated. It's the kind of chaos that makes even reality TV say, "Okay, calm down." The world wants to know. Was she tricked? Was she aware? Was she a victim of love or a victim of a setup? Or is there an even deeper layer nobody has uncovered yet? Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear. This scandal isn't slowing down. It's accelerating, exploding, turning into a wildfire burning through every corner of the internet. And the next wave of madness. Oh, it's coming, and it's way worse. The moment the scandal burst into full daylight, the internet didn't just react, it rioted. Not physically, but digitally. Timelines were shaking like someone dropped a washing machine on them. Suddenly, everybody with a Wi-Fi connection became an expert on federal banking violations. Even though half these people still don't know how to check their credit score. And then came the memes. My God, the memes. TikTok was on fire. People were editing Chrisean into heist movies. Someone put her face on the money heist poster. Another person posted a clip of Dora the Explorer saying, "Swiper, no swiping," and captioned it Chrisean to her 19-year-old husband when the bank statements hit. The internet was having way too much fun. Meanwhile, Chrisean's life was turning into an unpaid cameo in a crime thriller. Celebrities joined the chaos next, 'cause famous people cannot resist inserting themselves into drama that doesn't involve them. Even Cardi B allegedly dropped a cryptic tweet saying, "Trust nobody with your routing number." Shade? Advice? Coincidence? Doesn't matter. Fans treated it like she personally kicked open the investigation. Blueface, of course, couldn't stay silent. He slid online like a villain entering a scene in slow motion. Posting. Entering a scene in slow motion. Posting. Smirks, cryptic lines. Acting like he's Professor X reading minds from a spinning chair. And the internet ate it up. People were screenshotting every breath he took like it was a clue. The wildest twist. Some fans began theorizing that the 19-year-old wasn't just playing with fraud. He was allegedly recruiting people. Suddenly, TikTok investigators were whispering about messages, invitations, and secret groups. No proof. As usual, just pure speculation sautéed in chaos. But it didn't matter. The narrative was running with Olympic speed. Public outrage didn't simmer. It erupted. Comment sections turned into group therapy sessions mixed with FBI interrogations. Everyone wanted answers. Everyone had theories. And nobody was holding back. You had people typing essays longer than student dissertations, talking about patterns of manipulation and psychological entrapment, like they were seasoned professors of fraud studies. The internet isn't just messy, it's proudly messy. But the story wasn't done twisting. Sources claimed Chrisean started distancing herself from her young husband. Not publicly, but emotionally. You know it's real when someone goes quiet. And Chrisean, quiet is not her native language. Her silence sent more shockwaves than a Kardashian pregnancy announcement. Behind the scenes, insiders claimed she was furious. Not the loud, screaming type of furious. The cold, heavy, my whole life might crumble if this is true type of furious. She allegedly confronted him, demanding explanations, demanding honesty, demanding sanity in a situation filled with none. And according to whispers, his answers only made everything look worse. A lot worse. Half excuses, half confusion, sprinkled with "it's not what you think." All wrapped in teenage panic. Not a good recipe for someone trying to avoid federal attention. Then came the biggest twist of the scandal so far. The revelation that authorities were apparently preparing to speak with both of them. Not necessarily accusing her, but definitely wanting her version of events. And that alone was enough to send the internet into its third meltdown of the week. People began comparing the situation to every pop culture disaster imaginable. This is giving Fyre Festival energy. This is the Walmart version of Bonnie and Clyde. Chrisean, living in a Tyler Perry plotline again. Girl thought she adopted a boyfriend and ended up with a liability. Savage. Absolutely savage. But buried beneath the jokes was a very real fear. What if Chrisean actually faced consequences this time? Legal consequences. Financial consequences. Reputation consequences. Because the internet loves to laugh, but it also loves to judge. And now millions were watching, dissecting, critiquing every move she made. Every silence, every post, every emoji. Everything was being interpreted like she was dropping clues to national secrets. Meanwhile, the 19-year-old husband's online persona was collapsing. Fans were dragging him so aggressively, he might as well have been trending under public enemy #1. People were calling him Sir Fraudalot, teenage scammer, mutant ninja turtle, Lil Ponzi scheme, and the FAFSA fraud fairy. Savage creativity knows no limits. But the worst backlash came from supporters who once defended their relationship. People who once said they're cute were now saying, run. Influencers were uploading 40-minute breakup advice videos. Reaction channels were foaming at the mouth with excitement. Even creators who normally talk about cooking recipes were suddenly analyzing fraud. Allegations like they graduated from Bank Security University. And as the world roasted, theorized, and exploded with drama, Chrisean was left standing in the middle of a digital hurricane, confused, betrayed, angry, and possibly facing investigations that could flip her entire future upside down. The scandal wasn't slowing. It wasn't pausing. It was evolving. And the next wave. That one hits harder than all the rest. Because now we're talking about consequences. Fallout, reputations, the aftermath that turns mess into mythology. And trust me, that part is even more chaotic. When the dust finally settled, or at least stopped spinning long enough for everyone to breathe, the fallout hit harder than a celebrity divorce. Announcement. Chrisean didn't just wake up to a scandal. She woke up to aftershocks, reputation tremors, emotional earthquakes, a whole disaster zone where her relationship used to be. Her team allegedly started scrambling first, making calls like they were trying to save a sinking ship with duct tape. They were terrified of one thing, above all, perception. Because in the entertainment world, perception writes checks or takes them away. And this scandal wasn't cute, wasn't funny, wasn't marketable. It made her look vulnerable in a way that didn't sell songs or promote shows. It made her look trapped. Her endorsements. On pause. Brands suddenly acted like they didn't know her number. Executives were pushing meetings back so far they might as well have been scheduling them for 2032. The industry doesn't care about innocence or guilt. It cares about headlines. And this headline was radioactive. Meanwhile, public sympathy started splitting into two camps. One side said, she's a victim. She trusted the wrong person. The other side said, girl, how did you not see this coming? The kid was barely old enough to rent a car. The divide grew. Comment sections became battlefields. One fan wrote a 5-paragraph essay about trauma bonding. Another replied with, this ain't trauma. This is poor decision-making with Wi-Fi. No middle ground. Just chaos. But the hardest blow came from the emotional aftermath. Your heart doesn't just recover from betrayal like this. Especially not when it's public. Especially not when it's loud. Especially not when the person who hurt you is standing right next to a pile of digital evidence wearing a confused expression. Chrisean allegedly cut communication. Not officially. Not dramatically. Just distance. Because after everything that exploded, she finally saw the situation clearly. This wasn't a relationship. It was a liability, wearing lip gloss and a hoodie. She thought she had a partner. Instead, she got a plot twist with a pulse. Insiders claim she's refocusing on herself now. Her career. Her baby. Her sanity. Trying to rebuild her image before it cracks any further. Because she knows one thing better than anyone. In the world of fame, you either bounce back or get buried under the memes. As for him, the 19-year-old husband is allegedly scrambling harder than a plate of diner eggs. Friends distancing themselves, family confused. The internet roasting him daily like it's a hobby. And if investigations continue forward, problems won't be online. They'll be offline, wearing badges and holding clipboards. The relationship that once looked wild and passionate now looks like a cautionary tale. A warning sign. A neon billboard screaming, don't mix love with bank accounts. And the world is watching, waiting, refreshing. Because nobody believes this is the end. Scandals like this don't fade quietly. They evolve. They spark sequels. Chrisean's next move might be the biggest chapter yet. If this was the storm, the aftermath might be the rebirth. Or the next explosion. Either way, the world won't look away. All right, fam, if you thought this scandal was wild, buckle up because we drop drama like it owes us rent every single day. smash that like button like it's holding the receipts to Chrisean's bank chaos. Hit subscribe like your Wi-Fi depends on it. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next cliffhanger, the next meltdown, the next jaw-dropping twist. Comment below with your hot takes, your memes, your wild conspiracy theories. We read everything, and the juicy, the better. Share this video faster than someone sliding into DMs with fake money tips. Because here, scandals don't take a day off. Gossip doesn't sleep. And the drama, oh, it's just getting started. Stay tuned. Stay messy. Stay entertained. And remember, the internet never forgets, but we always deliver Sig Crack Scoop style.